Hey, good morning, everybody. We're here at Zeal Motors in Cowansville, Quebec, coming to see one of our customers that uses our product, an alternator for one of their equipment, known as the fat truck.
Hey guys,
how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. Thank you. Thank you again for having us over today.
Joe.
Nice to meet you.
So our
Pleasure.
goal is really to see how you guys operate, build the fat truck.
Yeah, welcome to Zeal Motor. I suggest that we go on the assembly line right away.
Yeah.
So we can look at the
Perfect.
product and where your parts are built.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So this is the assembly line.
So what got you guys started with this concept and idea of making a utility vehicle?
It's a really good question, actually. In my life, from the market that I come from the industrial world. I had the request from my customer getting access to job site, a small vehicle that is more rugged, more industrial than ATVs and less expensive than large track or large vehicles. So something in between, there was something missing in between the side-by-side technology and the big industrial product. So we started to do a market study and we find out that, okay, there's something at that size that could be valuable, and we did a business proposition to our old employers. They said no. So we decided to create Fat Truck.
So where did the name come from?
It's an interesting question. So the name comes from the kid of Max, our founder, one of the founder actually. Fat Truck came from his kid because they live in Bromont and they drive fat bikes. It says Fat Truck, big wheels, fat bikes. But we went a step ahead. If you look at the name here, it looks white, but it's really gray. The gray means it's an industrial product. The font that is high-tech font, similar to Tesla, but it's ours. It reflects the high technology that we put inside the vehicle. And the X is the visual look. If you look, the window like this is the X. That's the DNA of the vehicle. Like a BMW, you have the nozzles, the Mercedes, you have the star. We have the X.
You guys have a passion. You see it in the details.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where the name come from. And you see that DNA with the lights like this and the X everywhere in every model of trucks that we build.
Very interesting. Going forward now, looking at the brand name, I could see what you just explained.
How old is the son to come up with a name like that? He
was 7, I think.
Wow.
And we've been looking for names like animals and acronyms and everything. And he looks at that, Fat Truck.
7 years old.
We look at him and says, yeah.
I know, he's looking at it. Now you actually see it in the logo. It's nice.
So the assembly line is very particular because in this assembly line we can build up to 5 vehicles a week. And we have a model mix, like this one is a 2.8 series. That's the series that use your alternator, and it is the one that we sell the most as well. What is particular is the frame are designed like a boat. If you look at the shape, it's exactly like a boat, but it's all steel. It's not rivet, nothing. And the bottom plate here, it's a hard ducts steel. That is tensile is good for 100,000 psi.
Oh, wow.
So it's about 3 times more strong than regular steel. You try to put a hole in it with a drill, you will burn your drill.
So it's like a boat. So your vehicles are amphibious. They float.
They are. They are.
This ends up being watertight.
Exactly. The concept of the Fat Truck is to bring people to job site. You want to get access to where you want to go, and this is the next best thing after a helicopter.
Oh, okay.
Basically, much cheaper than.
So off-road, where there is no roads.
Where there is no road, you can go over a 3 feet obstacle without any problem with it. The pressure that we put on the tires, and you'll see the pressure, the tires on the assembly line. We have tires that are 5'3" on diameters, 24-inch wide. The vehicle weighs on the 2.8 series around 6,000 psi upon the options, but we'll put only 1.6 psi on the ground. That's an interesting thing because when I walk, I put 10 psi with my foot.
Oh, wow.
So just to give you a perspective, a car puts about 35 to 50 psi on the ground. So it's almost 10 times lighter than a car and a human being.
Wow.
Incredible.
For the size of this.
For the size of it.
Which they're
it
going to
weighs
see.
6,000
Which
pounds.
they're going to see after again.
Here, what's interesting is we see a 2.8 with the engine mounted sideways. So the engine is inside the cab and there's a cowling that covers that. And we see the Altec alternator mounted right here.
Yep, one of our alternators.
Exactly, that's the 275M.
Why did you choose to use an Altec product?
Because of the power. We need additional power for our accessories. So that was the reason we choose the Altec, and the fact that it's easy to mount and the technology that you put in your alternator.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm on this side, but I saw earlier you put a smaller pulley on it as well, right?
Exactly. The smaller pulley allows us to use the maximum power output of the alternator when the engine is idling.
At idle.
The reason we need that amount of power is when I said that the engine is inside, we took all the cooling package out of the vehicle, outside of the cab, and remotely it needed to be powered with electrical fans. So we needed some power for those fans when they run, so that's why we use a 275 amp Altec alternator. So we use that alternator in two variant of engines, with the Caterpillar engine and the Hatch engines. So we mount them and we redo the serpentine and everything.
And you redo the brackets for that also?
Yes.
Because the original alternator that's on that engine is much smaller.
Yeah, exactly. It's 160 amp that comes with that engine. We just remove it and not use
Replace it with an alternator.
It's too small. After the demo, you're gonna want one.
Yeah.
The vehicles are road legal. Why? They have a closed cab. They have a ROPS, a rollover protecting structure. They have low beam, high beam. They have a windshield. They have a wiper.
Flashers.
They have stop lights, flasher, backup lights, backup alarm. So they are considered as a slow vehicle,
Okay.
like a loader.
Okay.
So if you have a pass triangle on the back and your lights are on, you can go on the road.
Nice. And all the access to a fat truck is from in the front?
Exactly. If you look at the door, we have an unbreakable window. So it's a Lexan window with a scratch-proof resistance. So if you hit it, nothing happens. It hurts my hand more than anything else.
Do that a few times a day, you have to change hand.
Actually better than the Cybertruck of Elon. So, and the window open like this, and the door open like this, and you have the ladder to climb in. And the technology that we put on the vehicle is everywhere, like lift the door.
Yeah, I've done it before, so I'll cheat, but 2 fingers.
So it's
cool.
really, really light. So the joystick is the only control that you have. So you move the truck, you control the speed, the direction, the stopping, going backwards. Everything is controlled with that joystick, even automatic brakes. So you go on a hill, you panic, you let your hand go, the vehicle will stop automatically. There's no pedal, there's no shifters, nothing.
But what's the top speed that it can do on land and then top speed on water?
On the water is 6 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
And on land, it's 40 kilometers an hour.
40 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, it's fast.
Still pretty fast, yeah. For off-roading, yeah. And for its size, yeah.
Yeah, we have a demo ready for you, and you'll see that when we drive the vehicle. The first thing I'm gonna do with the vehicle is I'm gonna climb a 35-degree angle. Just to put you in perspective, 35 degree is 70% grade hill. So when you go on a hill on the highway and you see 15%, you find it steep, that's 70%. And you will do an automatic braking on the hills. We're the only one that can do that.
Wow. Can you tell us more about the technology behind the tires?
Yeah, definitely. So the tires, that's an interesting question actually. It's a 4-layer tire on the top and a 2-layer tire on the side. And as you can see, we have paddles. The paddles provide traction in mud and also will give you the speed on the water. Also the tire, it's our design, it's our molding. You can see that we have side treads that we design, and that side tread will increase traction in mud. And we also have a return of the logo for side wheel,
nice.
The X of the logo.
X, yeah. And that's a question just maybe for the viewers. So tractors usually use a liquid in their tires.
Yes.
You don't have a liquid.
No, because we have a central inflation system.
Very good.
The compressor is strong enough that you have a hole of 2 inch on the side of the tire. Will be able to maintain maximum pressure.
Wow. Constantly.
To
get you back
to get you back and fix the tire.
How long could that
Endless.
won't burn out?
Oh.
Wow. That's a pretty big hole.
It's a big volume.
And then we noticed here you have a technology that I like the design that the mud doesn't get stuck inside the rim.
Exactly. So that's the rim. And I would say 100% of the customer will order the wheel pods that goes in there. So it's an insert that covers the whole hole that will give you additional flotation, prevent the mud and the snow buildup inside the tire, and increase the speed in the water.
Wow.
Because you have more flotation.
And I noticed your logo again on the...
Yeah, exactly.
Now that we know, we see the logo everywhere.
Yeah, it's designed so we have a brand recognition. And you know what? The reason we use the Altec alternator, it's because of those fans. Those fans require a lot of power, so we need a powerful alternator that will be able to give some power at idle speed. and that's the reason. All our fans are outside of the vehicle. They're covered with grills, like you can see on this side. And this is the reason we use the Altec alternative. Ready to try it?
Yeah, ready to try it.
So you see, I have even a pickup ready for you.
That's awesome. We could switch. I could give you my Sierra. It's cool. I like how they are when they get dirty.
They look mean.
They look mean,
dirty.
yeah.
So one in the front with me and the rest of the crew in the back.
Okay, all good. You drive?
To do it, yeah.
Yeah, you drive.
Okay.
I will now remove the brake.
The mold.
No, that's it. You control everything. So remember, what you want to do is control your speed over the obstacle like I showed you.
Okay.
So you can go faster. When you start to feel it, then you go slower. That's it. That's the perfect speed. Maintain that speed all the way. That's it, just a little bit faster. There you go. Perfect.
And now what's happening right now with the tires?
So right now we have 2.6 psi in the tires, and the tires are deforming and molding the object. Those are 2 feet rocks, basically. We're going over and we're not bouncing.
We're not bouncing at all. Very comfortable.
So it's really nice.
And they're molding around the rock.
Exactly, they're molding the rocks, and that's what's giving you the traction. And that's why we don't have flat tires, because there's no air on the tire virtually.
It's incredible how simple it is to navigate with a joystick.
We put a lot of engineering in that joystick, and there's about 1,000 pages of codes just to make that joystick work, to do what it does easy like that.
Does it help the driver? Yes, it is helping. It's not just the driver driving now.
There's a lot of you in it. Turn right, go forward. That's it. That's it. That's how you turn. Now you can go faster.
So there's a lot of the pilot driving the machine right now, but the technology behind your joystick is helping me. What is it, 10 minutes we're driving?
It's too simple.
Yeah, it's really easy. So let the machine feel when it goes down. There you go. Now you can accelerate. Faster, 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 faster. There you go. Now we're floating. Okay.
Wow.
So that's flirting.
Yeah,
Completely. Completely on the side.
Complete like that?
Backwards. Turn one way. Yeah, that's it. Forward. This way. Straight.
Can I try that 360?
Sure. You're gonna inflate your tires first. So press here.
And go completely in the right slowly. Maintain that forward position. A little bit more forward. More on the right. More forward. Forward. There you go.
Sounds like it's forced.
That's really hard to do. Because you're pushing like this all the mud on the sideways. And one set of wheels going forward, the other set of wheels going backwards. You see, you can clearly see that you were doing a zero turn. That's it. You did exactly what you're supposed to do.
Tires go straight.
Straight. Press the red button. Key for parking. Parked. Completely deactivated for safety reason. So when you want to get out, you just press here. Press this. And from outside, you open the door. And there we go.
That's the beauty of Fat Truck. Makes everyone look like a professional driver.
And you see, one of the good thing is because of your alternator and the small pulley,
You're only here at 13.
we're in idle speed and it's charging right now.
13.9 volts at the idle speed. Right now all your gauges are showing that level max, the fuel efficiency. So that's all this screen is showing us.
Yep.
The RPM, nothing more to it.
You don't need more. Keep it simple. And you see there's no, beside the wording here, there's no words. So any language will understand the screen.
I mean, thank you very much.
A real pleasure, my friend.
Making us drive this. This was an opportunity.
It's a real pleasure.
Hopefully in the
Joe,
future.
pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank
Hope
you very
you
much.
enjoyed your time in the water.
Oh yeah, it was a blast. And
It's really incredible to see how you feel that moment it floats
Yeah.
and it hits the water.
It's not natural to go with something with wheels in
Yeah.
the water.
what's incredible is how quickly you learn. In 2-3 minutes, you show me how to drive this
Anybody
beast,
in
and
5
it's-
minutes is able to drive a fat truck. Any models.
Oh yeah, incredible.
Yeah, very cool. How much are they? Do you have an example of pricing? Just so-
Yeah, they start at 150.
Okay.
Well equipped like this. This is more like 200 to 250. And loaded with option, it goes up to 200. And the 8x8 is 700.
Serious toys.
Yeah, but it's worth every penny.
Yeah.
You could tell from the quality of your factory, the way they're put together. It's good stuff here.
Very impressive.
It is cool.
That is cool. Thank you again.